Milwaukee. It's Movie Chatter.
How's it going?
It's going all right.
And we're talking about Doctor Strange.
In the
Doctor
multiverse
Strange.
of madness.
Yeah, it's been out a couple of weeks, but we saw it on the opening weekend, didn't we?
We did.
You
saw
guys
it-
went, like,
I
really
went-
early.
I saw it on a Thursday.
Yeah, me too. I
You
saw
must have
it
been
in
excited.
IMAX 3D.
I was excited.
Yeah. Okay.
Quotations on the was.
Hint.
It's been a while. It's been a
hint.
while.
Okay, it's soaked in a little bit for you.
28th film for Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
More of a Wanda vision
down
than a Doctor Strange. I mean, she didn't get much billing except in the trailers, but
Right.
Elizabeth Olsen is a big part of it, and it actually
Yeah.
gives it the gravitas. As you see, she plays both good and she's almost the evil person.
She is not almost. She is the.
She absolutely is.
She is
but,
the big bad.
But just like in her show, WandaVision, she was fighting that, she's a good person inside, fighting that the demons of the loss that she suffered and wanting the kids that she never could have,
right,
and
so
all of that.
they use that here to give it some reason for why she's so mad.
Yeah, and some feeling.
I don't think we need to hold off any. It's been out for a while, so we don't need to hold off any real spoiler.
Okay.
I can't
Okay,
even.
well, what do you think? I mean, it starts out with a one-eyed octopus. I'm going, okay,
Oh, really? Well, that was the best part of the movie to me. I was like,
To
great.
me, it
was-
started out weak, and it got better and better as the movie went on.
Well, I like that they started out with a big action. I was surprised that it was such a cartoony, like crazy monster attacking the city. But
Yeah, that reminded me of that one-eyed starfish, and
Right.
in Suicide Squad,
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah, which was also cool. I don't know.
but
I mean-
it set the tone. For
the-
being a little bit, I don't know,
Well,
childish.
Yeah,
Well, it also set
I
the
don't
tone-
Think, I don't think you're the target audience, Bill.
True, but I mean, anything that's in 3D, it's all about the visuals.
Oh, you saw
And
it in 3D.
Yeah, and
Oh,
it was
okay.
very cool. Yeah, I mean, when it came on, now you have a giant IMAX screen, but when you put on your 3D glasses, everything shrinks to about this big.
Right. It's like watching it on TV.
Yeah, and
Oh.
it was very cool. But I actually would rather have seen it in regular IMAX. But
Yeah.
it was sold out. That's all I could see.
Okay. I was like, yeah, because I haven't. I was like, why would you watch it in 3D? But if you only way you could do it, I can understand that.
And I hadn't seen anything in 3D in a while. And if you're
Okay.
ever going to see something in 3D, this was very cool as they go into the different universes. I would have to say the graphic artists on this
Yeah.
are the star of the show because
As far as
it was all about
it was
the
massive
visual.
amounts of full CGI.
Yeah, I mean, I remember at the end of the movie, I went to the bathroom and I came back to watch the credits, and it's still going with all the artists.
Oh yeah,
And then it's
The
showing,
digital creators.
After it's done with all the Marvel artists, it's on to Lucas Light show. And then
Did you realize that most of the movie, which they didn't tell you about beforehand, was done with the same thing that Disney uses on The Mandalorian?
Oh.
A gigantic screen
projector.
so they can actually see what they're acting to.
Right, so it's like a digital background.
that's cool.
I love that.
And then they just film that,
right,
and it's done.
exactly, and it avoids the
Green screen,
the green
and,
screen look of it.
and little dots of everything anybody has to wear.
I did not realize that. No,
I would say right after the movie ended,
but it makes sense. 'Cause
I thought it was a very good movie.
I did too.
But my thoughts. That's why we.
Waited a while.
That's why we waited a little while, and it's faded quite a bit for me.
It took a while to digest for me. I definitely had not the feeling of, wow, I just watched, Endgame. It's the best thing ever.
No, not
holy
at all.
cow, this is so terrific.
I had the feeling
or
of holy crap! It ended
Spider-Man
so
No
quickly.
Way Home. But I was confused. To me, it was a very complicated movie that had a lot of stuff to the story. Yeah, I mean, there
And
was a
that's-
lot to it.
And that's hard to hold that together when there's constant changes in the multiverse. And
You had to pay attention. I mean, I thought. I mean, you're definitely right. All these changes to the multiverse, figuring out how to solve the riddle of this, that was going on in the.
And they introduce this
story.
young character who is their key to getting into the multi-universes. I think
America Chavez is the character name.
I'm sure
played
she'll
by,
be in the Young Avengers eventually.
played by an unpronounceable first name. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Gomez. Yeah, it's. I think it's like. Can you say that? Starts
I
with a-
cannot say. It starts with an X.
starts with an X,
XO.
which I'm sure is silent. So it's like
Or Sachil Gomez.
Ochitl Gomez.
Okay.
I'm embarrassing myself because I can't
All right.
pronounce
Olivia.
it. But she was really good. I liked her. I thought the acting, as far as that goes. Let's just go to some basics here before we break it all down. Benedict Cumberbatch, Elizabeth
he
Olsen,
obviously holds
Chidi
it together.
Ejiofor, Benedict Wong, all these people. Rachel McAdams. I liked them all. I thought they all did really nice.
Right. And so in addition to
Haley
the
Atwell.
visuals, you had Danny Elfman doing the background, and it was great.
Yeah.
And it was clever. Some of these visuals I've just never seen before. Remember they went into this one universe where his face turns into like a 3D puzzle and it's pulling apart?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that to me
That's
that really
cool.
to me that wasn't going into a universe. That's the problem I had with the whole movie. That was just kind of traveling through whatever wormhole that was happening, but that wasn't like a universe. The problem with the movie is
Maybe.
it's the multiverse of madness. They went to like there's like 2 universes in it. How come there wasn't like 40?
Seemed like they went to a few. I mean, they didn't go to a lot. I mean, there's the main ones.
How about like there was one where all of a sudden everything it looks like paintbrushes. Like he is made out of wet paint.
But I
it's
mean,
hard to
right.
describe.
Yes.
For
It was
a moment.
so weird. I've never seen
For
anything
a
like
moment, yeah. I meant like the story should have traversed through
Spent big periods of time in
Yes.
each one of these
15 minutes in each
in
period.
Paint universe. Okay.
Right.
You know,
Going
some
through
people.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So they made it more of like an afterthought, not really an afterthought, but it wasn't key to the storyline, the actual universes that they were going through. The storyline, had its trajectory, and they kind of touched on these
Right.
as small diversions.
I'm thinking it should have been a little bit more of a, if I was the director or producer or whatever, more of a Groundhog Day where they could have used all the different multiverses to show the same scenario over and over.
Oh, well, that's a
and
different
over.
thing.
Well,
Yeah.
I know, but that's
Okay,
what I wanted.
that's an interesting thought.
Yeah, so you got the guy that did Drag Me to Hell, Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi.
Right, so that was
He's
a big
doing
part
it.
of it too.
So that was
That's what
scary-
saved. That's
different.
that's what saved it. And I tried to tell Don,
It gave
but
it
he
something
would
to-
not allow me to. Do not tell me any spoilers or trailers. What I wanted to type to him, and what I was going to type to him was, return Anne's ticket because I don't think she will like it because I thought it was.
I knew
too
that's
scary.
what you were going to say.
Oh,
Well,
was
and it wasn't.
Was it that
Oh,
scary?
no,
You didn't
she-
think it was scary?
No, she was fine with it.
Would you say this is like Disney scary?
It was a step above Disney scary. I mean,
Right.
it started out
trainer.
even like the big mild spoiler, the opening scene there of the giant Cyclops monster. He ends up having his eye yanked out to be killed.
I think that was more
And that
gross,
was,
right?
Well, yeah, that was kind of a gross thing. I mean, well, to me, gross and scary are, close.
Oh,
Okay.
So
Okay,
so
yeah.
it was graphic that way.
I don't
And then-
like. I'm not a gross person, so I don't like.
Yeah, well, that was gross. So there was a lot of zombies and things like that.
Little flying monkey
Classic.
type things.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi. There's this evil book that
Right.
somehow is important in
Right.
this thing.
It's the
And they've
whole.
got
That's the whole story right there.
It's mainly his.
getting that book and destroying that book.
Destroy the book, you save, and then is Wanda, is she still alive or not? I mean, she's the bad guy and they take care of her.
I've only seen the movie one time.
Yeah.
Literally,
She,
I couldn't
It's-
tell you.
I will tell you that she will have to come back. I mean,
It's a movie.
I mean, they can do anything they want.
They can do. Although
It's
they
superhero movies.
they're not bringing back Loki. You know.
Okay.
He got killed for real. But you're right. There's some finality to that. She definitely has a kind of a redemptive ending. I think a little bit. Yeah.
Didn't you think that was cool that they actually took like sheet music and with the notes?
that was cool. That was cool.
I mean, it was very clever. So when
Yeah.
I get back
Those
to
turn
the
into
visuals,
weapons.
this thing to me was held together with a pretty good story and Wanda's grief and so forth gave it some basis for caring, but it was just like, what are they going to show you next? It
Yeah.
was just
Okay.
just
That's
loved-
interesting.
It was just like just watching exciting visuals to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
To me, it was almost too much.
Heavy metal.
It was like there was so much visual. It was like visual overload. I was like, whoa, holy cow! But I mean, that's what you get when you're going through the multiverse, I guess.
I don't
right
know, I don't know
now-
why I didn't think that.
I was watching Love, Death, and Robots. It's
Okay.
got like 9 different
Mm-hmm.
great animations.
Okay.
And I thought to a certain extent you saw that in Doctor Strange because, again, they showed, different graphic artists presenting different worlds. So you go from your
Yeah, that's true.
your Cyclops, what the hell was it, an octopus, to then you're in some world was all dark and gray and clouds,
Yeah.
which look cool. And then you're in another universe where it's like floating pieces of Earth that they had to like jump.
All right.
on
Looked like
different-
Avatar.
look Avatar, and then oh man, that was so cool when the cityscape was like folding in on itself. You
Yeah,
see
to
that
me,
in
that
the
seemed like
previews.
Inception.
Inception.
Right,
copy.
Inception-esque.
But it was also from the first Doctor Strange movie.
Right. There was a lot of multiverse in the first one. I mean, it kind of followed with his story. I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was really good in it. I mean, I think
He's really good.
he got me through the movie.
Right. The only thing I don't believe it's been since the first one is him and Rachel McAdams. I do not believe. I don't believe that that I love you stuff. It's nice,
You're not
but
feeling the chemistry between those two.
like zero. Like
yeah,
two
Rachel
ice cubes.
McAdams. She's in every She's if you need some romantic,
He was such a
wife
dickhead.
that died or something in the past.
She'd be the one to take.
She's the one. I mean,
mean,
she's still in so many movies where that's.
He was
her
such
thing.
a
She
dick
doesn't
in
really have
the-
to do much.
Yeah, he was such a dick in the first Doctor Strange that
Yeah,
he never recovered from that. I didn't believe that he actually cared about her at the end of that one. So
yeah, yeah.
Right. That was the whole thing here.
I
is
think you could have actually eliminated Rachel McAdams from this movie. You would have never known.
Right, and she's just in it for a little while.
Right.
Well, I think a lot of it was, him trying to develop his character. Like, the one I lost, if I could go back and get her back, and now I'm at her wedding, and he just kind of,
I like that idea.
showed
Yeah.
his
Right.
like, I'm never going to be fulfilled because I'm never going to get the lady that I wanted, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's
blah.
what I didn't believe.
Well,
Okay.
I like that.
I
part
believe it
I
from
like
her
that
part.
part of it. It was
I
like
like
a
the part that-
nightmare or a dream state where you see all these different possible worlds of your wife could have been with somebody else, or in this world he's the evil Doctor Strange, and all these different Doctor Strange characters that they brought out. I thought were pretty fun.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think it was a bad movie. I just
No.
didn't think it was the best.